The Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers (NIES) is one of the oldest and prestigious divisions of the Nigerian Society of Engineers (NSE). NIES was approved by NSE Council as far back as 1984 with the aim of promoting civil engineering profession and interrelation with other branches in Nigeria and diaspora. However, not until 2018 that the Maiduguri chapter was constituted with Kamsalim Alhaji Bukar as pioneer chapter chairman, and after serving for 2 years, Engineer Kamsalim handed over to Engineer Usman Tijani as the second elected NIES chapter chairman. The growth of NIES Maiduguri chapter continued unabated as in February 2022, Engineer Muhammad Umaru Watsada took over from Engineer Tijani to consolidate on the gains of his predecessor. Since taking over mantle of leadership, Engineer Watsada led ESCO have carried out series of programs and monthly meetings to update the knowledge of members as well as embarked on community programs in line with NIES' social responsibility.
Part of our tradition as Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers is to really see how we can touch the life of downtrodden, our members, and then our young engineers that are coming. We always want to be a pace setters for them. So because of that, we have streamlined some activities for the year 2022, and with the help of Almighty Allah and the executive members and the members of NIES alike, we were able to achieve almost 90%. We earmarked some activities in terms of social responsibilities, like one, we said we are going to do some projects that will really touch the life of our young engineers. In Ramat Polytechnic, we have done that. In the University of Maiduguri, we have also done that. All this in the Department of Civil Engineering. Let me first speak about University of Maiduguri. We have done one project in University of Maiduguri as part of social responsibility, which is the solar installation. We partnered with the department and then some graduates of that department, and we were able to provide a solar energy for the department, which is currently ongoing. The other one that we felt we should also do is that of Ramat Polytechnic. Also, by the grace of Allah, we were able to complete that to fruition. We also installed a full solar energy for them, the teachers as well as the faculties. Part of the faculty of School of Engineering in Ramat of Polytechnic will also enjoy that energy we have provided. So these are some of the few things that we have done that has to do with our young engineers that are coming up.
Annual General Meeting (AGM) is an important event of any organized associations to reflect on its past performance and plan for the upcoming year. The Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers Maiduguri chapter is also not left behind in this regard, as all members converge on the International Conference Center Musa Usman Secretariat to hold their AGM and elect new ESCO officials for another 1 year.
That in all circumstances, I will do right to all members of Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers according to the law, without fear of favor.
During the AGM, 2 distinguished engineers have presented papers to update the knowledge of members in the engineering profession. Engineer Mohammed Abbasanda, a retired permanent secretary with the Borno State Civil Service, spoke extensively on the importance of quality control and assurance in construction towards ensuring safety of the public.
Safety, cost, they all come in. Now, engineering, mark my words, engineering will never progress unless there are failures. Whether you understand what I mean. It is only when a failure occurs that the engineer will go back and start finding out what happened. And in the process of trying to find out what happened, then the engineering he has will now come out. What happened? The welding was bad. How should have been the welding? You sit down, think, find the solution. Now the engineering is coming out. I hope you understand. It is these failures, right from the primitive time till now, that is being the feedstock of the engineering. That's how it develops.
In his paper, the Dean Faculty Engineering, University of Maiduguri, Professor Babashew Waziri, who also served as Chairman AGM Planning Committee, advocated the use of renewable energy and resources as the way forward in achieving environment-friendly and sustainable construction in Nigeria.
The green building they have made or has made a remarkable development across the world, because serious attention is paid to that, and in Europe, US, and some part of Africa, you would see that standards are there, policies are there, even legislations are there to back that. So the progress is remarkable in those areas. But in Nigeria, I only know of this Green Building Council that are now trying to develop standards and codes or maybe procedures to see how this is implemented. Though it's a voluntary thing, unless the government comes into that, then it's always very difficult. So with this status, which is not encouraging, then we're able to list these challenges and maybe barriers. What actually prevents this, or what actually hinders or delays the realization of this sustainable construction thing. But there are actually opportunities and then drivers that will now push. One of which is the abundant solar energy resource that we have in this part of the world. If we can harness that, then we now solve greater part of the energy requirements. And I think in Maiduguri that is helping us. Everybody is now going solar. So that is what is actually expected. So the abundance resource of that is actually a driver. Then innovation and techniques. As I've said, people are into this green thing. There are quite a number of investigations going on, but what is missing is this will and maybe the legislations that we're talking about.
As part of the AGM, members have earlier undertook technical visitation to some ongoing project sites within Maiduguri Metropolitan and also render financial support to a public hospital.
Toward our annual general meeting of the Borno State chapter we aligned about 3 activities. One is to visit one of the vulnerable houses, but this time around what we did was to select one of the hospitals. We visited a hospital where we also extend our hands of support to the patient in that hospital. The hospital is along Pompomari bypass. The other one we did was, which is still part of things we do when it comes to our annual general meeting, was site visitation. Site visitation has to do with so many things, because even those that are into practice will always want to update their knowledge with what is currently happening in the engineering space, most especially the civil engineering. So because of that, we engage or we commission some of our senior engineers to lead us on that. I think what we did was to visit one of the laboratories, one of the strong civil engineering outfit in the state, which is the ECC, that are carrying out some projects in Borno State. So we visited their lab. From there, one of our senior engineers in the person of Engineer Mohammed Abbasanda, a retired PAMSEC with Borno State, took us round, and he was able to explain the rudiments on how to carry out some relevant tests when it comes to road construction. Aside that, we also visited the main site along Ahmadu Bello Way, down to Gwenge Bridge, where we also went there and we learned a lot about bridging. One good thing about this year's site visitation was that, you hardly find giant road construction like this in the States. But the governor of Borno State, in the person of Professor Babagana Zulum, FNSC MNI, was able to embark on this project that most of our civil engineers were privy to have some knowledge about road construction. In fact, Engineer Mohammed Abbasanda and other team of engineers from the Ministry of Works, Borno State, also added value to our young engineers.
The chapter chairman said the first year of his leadership has been a rewarding one, particularly to members, emphasizing that all the good work done in the penultimate year would not have been achieved without the support and understanding of all members, the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and the state governor, who is also a fellow of the society.
First and foremost, I want to thank the Almighty Allah for sparing our life to witness this time for all that we have intended to do. Secondly, I want to appreciate the ESCOS members and the members of NICE, Maiduguri chapter. I want to also appreciate our mother branch, which is Nigerian Society of Engineers, Maiduguri branch, because without it, NICE wouldn't have been in existence. I want to also appreciate the good people of Borno State for all the support they have rendered in carrying out or discharging our responsibilities as ESCO members of Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers. For the last 2022 year, it has been a wonderful time. Wonderful in the sense that we have streamlined some activities that we felt will touch the good people of Borno State as well as our members and then our young engineers alike. So we want to appreciate all these people that I've enumerated, because without them, we wouldn't have recorded that much.
With an estimated 200 registered members, the Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers Maiduguri chapter has lined up a number of community programs for 2023, a year in which a new executive officials would also be elected.